Hi and welcome to Cheeky Richo's apple muesli made in the dehydrator machine. I've got a dehydrator, it's called an Easy Dry. It has 5 layers in it. I'm going to be dehydrating some apples today because they're really cheap at the moment and that'll see us right through winter. But I'm also going to show you how to make some dried apple muesli. Now, we showed you how to make bircher muesli just recently and another vegan idea, which is the chia chocolate pudding breakfast idea. This is another delicious, super healthy, no refined sugar recipe full of nuts, oats, the fibre of the apples, honey, which is nature's antibiotic, cinnamon, lemon juice, and a mixture of our seeds, which are pepitas, sunflower seeds, and sesame seeds. So if you want to add extra nuts and things like that, we've got some slivered almonds here, or flaked almonds. You could use almond meal, but anyway, this is what I'm using, and it's really quite simple. You mix it all together, spread it on the tray in the dehydrating machine, and then allow it to completely dry out for about 20 hours, at least 20-24 hours on the medium setting. So let's get started. Okay, to our wet ingredients, we add our lemon. This is homegrown lemon. If you can get one of these things, I think they call them Mexican elbow, they're absolutely amazing. You get all the seeds, all the juice out, and it's really, really quick, and you don't get squirted in the eye. And this is what you end up with. It's really quite clever. Good sprinkle of cinnamon, because apple loves cinnamon. Our salt goes in, just a half a teaspoon of salt. That's not for preservative, it's purely for taste. And then we mix it all up with our honey. Now, the yogurt that I'm using is low-fat fruit yogurt. It's light, so it's low fat and it's low in sugar. The apples are naturally really quite tart, and of course the lemon juice is tart as well. We just mix that all up like so, just so you don't really sog the nuts and things up with mega dose of salt or lemon juice or yogurt. So we want it to be quite blended, and we put that to one side. There it is, all blended. We'll just put it to one side. Now in the big bowl, we're just going to tip our rolled oats, our mixtures of seeds, and our slivered almond. They don't need to be toasted. Just give it a bit of a mix around. And now we're just going to grate our apple into it. Now I'm going to be using the skin and all, not the core, but the skin, in a little mandolin type grater thing. So just let the juice go in as well, because that'll soak into the oats. And you can see you've got sort of grated shaving things there. And continue with the rest. Okay, once this is all grated, this is what you should have. Now we just mix this all up, and then when we add our yogurt mixture, so we want to get this done fairly quickly because we don't want these apples to oxidize, and the introduction of the yogurt and the acid in the lemon juice is going to prevent that from going brown. Once it's all mixed, it's in with our wet ingredients. Make sure you scrape the bottom because the honey will probably settle going into a cold medium, and we just mix it all up. And what we're going to do now is just spread this onto our non-stick tray in our dehydrating machine, and we have to sort of toss this from time to time to make sure that it's getting a fair workout from the dehydrator. So you can see it's quite a wet mix. Now these are the trays that come with my dehydrating machine. I am just there, you can see they're sort of raised on the like a lip here and a lip here. I'm just going to give it a light spray with some extra virgin olive oil to make absolutely sure it doesn't stick, because it can be really quite difficult to remove if it does. And then we just scoop our ingredients out, put it on as fairly thin layer. We're going to use 2 trays to do this, and as I say, we're going to have to from time to time just turn them over. Just get them all layered out like so. Now don't smooth it all flat unless you intend to make this into some sort of a roll up, because we need to have as much of the air circulating around the greatest volume of surface area. So if you've made all little hips and hollows everywhere, there'll be more moisture evaporated because it will be a higher concentration of air traveling around those little mountains of our apple muesli. There we go. Now we just pop that onto our tray and into our dehydrating machine and set it on the medium setting. We don't want to cook this, we just want to dry it out about 24 hours. Okay, this is our dehydrating machine. The air gets shot up from in here with a fan. It's slightly heated. It circulates through here and around and dries out our food. So we'll put the next layer on. If you're just doing fruit or vegetables, I've showed you mango roll-ups and whatnot before, but you can just lay them straight onto this rack. But because we're doing something that's going to need a bit more containment rather than dribbling through there, we're going to just sit our tray on there now and pop our lid on and get it started. In the meantime, I have 3 other trays here, and those 3 trays are going to now be loaded with apples. So we're having a bit of an apple-a-thon. This house is going to smell like a fruit factory. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, once or twice during our process, we just turn it over so that it can dry on the other side as well. You can see it's sort of clumped together a bit. Don't worry too much about that. As it dries more, it will break apart more easily, and that's just making sure that all of the surfaces are now going to have even a greater coverage of airflow. Just turn it all over. So you've only got to do this once or twice and then it'll be ready to serve. Actually, it tastes pretty good as it is. And we'll just do the other tray as well. Okay, good morning, and here we are 20 hours later, and our crispy muesli, it's almost a raw product because it hasn't had much heat added to it. It's only about 50 degrees over 24 hours. You could achieve the same result if you dried it out in the sun, but because it has yogurt in it, I opted for the dehydration method. We're just going to take that out of our little tray now, and using our tray as a funnel, we just shoot it into a container. Okay, we just pop it into an airtight container. You can pack it in school lunch boxes, take it on the trail with you, just nibble it as it is, or have it as part of an extremely healthy breakfast routine. Here we have some of our homemade cater, some more yogurt, fruit juice, milk, and of course our dehydrator apple muesli. To make this a vegan version, and you know I'm always thinking about you vegans out there, I would substitute the yogurt for either a soy yogurt or our coconut cream. I've showed you that in a different video. You could also substitute the honey for agave, maple syrup, or rice malt syrup. So everybody's covered. You've got heaps of nutrients, tons of fibre, lots of flavour, and it's incredibly healthy. And you'll find that the kids will probably snack on this instead of popcorn or chips because it's got natural sweetness from the apples, and you've got all the nuts there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our cheekyricho channel, and don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you, and we're uploading lots of videos every week, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. It's so yummy. The yogurt rehydrates in your mouth and makes your mouth water. Thanks for watching.